camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max is amazing. That's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you for watching.
Roll the credits!
Of course, that's not all. What do you mean? The new models doesn't score that many upgrades in comparison with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but all the new features are seemingly enough to have it crowned as the most advanced iPhone out there, currently. Scoring some Pro upgrades aimed at the professionals, the gap between the regular iPhones and the Pro brethren has never been smaller. From the time I spent with the iPhone 16 Pro Max, I have to say, it is an excellent iPhone. The best one released by Apple so far. However, the older iPhone 15 Pro Max doesn't get outdated with the arrival of the new device. It's still a great device overall, and it actually still holds up extremely well to the newer and slightly bigger iPhone 16 Pro Max. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max are size related. The new model screen grows to 6.9 inches, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7 inch display. Apple has achieved this important display increase by simultaneously making the device a little bit bigger. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is debuted with an action button instead of a mute switch, and a USB Type-C port at the bottom. So those two new features will be carried over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 Pro Max keeps things fresh by scoring a new camera control button, which delivers a whole new way of interacting with the iPhone's camera. To be honest, I didn't use it much like I thought it would, but I did use it to quickly open the camera to get a shot ready or record something quickly. You may like it, but I don't know if that's just for me. The iPhone 16 lineup can charge up to 45 watts with a proper power adapter, a significant increase over the previous generations that were limited to 25 to 30 watts. A USB-C allows an iPhone to directly charge AirPods or an Apple Watch using a USB-C cable, and the iPhone is able to provide up to 4.5 watts. The iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max have an IP68 rating for resistance to water and dust intrusion. The smartphones are able to withstand a depth of up to 6 meters for up to 30 minutes. In the IP68 number, the 6 refers to dust resistance while the 8 pertains to water resistance. The iPhone 16 can withstand splashes, rain, and accidents to water exposure, but intentional water exposure should be avoided.
Look, so you can film underwater?
Well, it's a device. It's not a waterproof device. Water resistant, yes, just not waterproof. It's not made to be for underwater use. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but
Like, okay,
what about, are they all like that?
because also think about it this way: we can swim underwater, but we shouldn't stay underwater.
We'll tell that to the fishes.
Water and dust resistance are not permanent conditions according to Apple, and can deteriorate over time as a result of normal wear. Apple's standards warranty does not cover liquid damage, which means it's best to use caution when it comes to liquid exposure. So, Juan, no more recording underwater. Please and thank you.
You're not my dad.
The action button on the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max debuted in the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max in 2023, and it replaces the ring/silent switch above the volume buttons on the left side. Apple designed the action button to be customizable, and it can be set to perform out of several different actions in the settings app. For the camera, which is the basic default function for it, but the camera, selfie, video, portrait selfie, whatever works for you. Flashlight, instead of trying to turn on your phone, trying to get the flashlight on, just press that one button on the side. Flashlight. Voice memo, shortcuts, silent mode, translate, accessibility. It's so customizable you can do so many things with it. Just go ahead, mess with it. The display is protected by next generation ceramic shield material by infusing nano ceramic crystals into glass. The new ceramic shield is stronger than prior version, and the Apple says it is 2 times tougher than any other smartphone glass. Maybe this would beat the screen of the newer Samsung phones, but we'll see, right? The dynamic island also houses the front-facing camera, and Apple is using the same 12 megapixel front-facing camera with an f-stop 1.9 aperture that's been in iPhones for the last several years. And it's still using the same 12 megapixel front-facing camera as previous generations. The front-facing camera supports night mode, smart HDR5 integration, double vision HDR recording, deep infusion to bring out the fine details, a photogenic engine that improves low-light performance, and a portrait feature that lets you take images and turn them into portrait shots later. 4K video recording, quick take video, slow-mo video, portrait mode, portrait lighting, and the photographic styles featured for selective applying edits are also supported on the front-facing camera. Now for memory and storage space, the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max have 8GB of RAM, the minimum needed for Apple Intelligence. The iPhone 16 Pro starts with 128GB of storage, while the iPhone 16 Pro Max starts with 256GB. Both can be upgraded to a maximum of 1TB of storage, which is an insane amount of storage for a phone. You don't need that much. to be honest. The iPhone 16 Pro models are equipped with the camera control button on the right side that's designed for capturing images and video. It is modeled after the shutter button on the DSLR cameras. The multi-function camera control button has a force sensor and a touch sensor for gesture support, and Apple designed it to work in either portrait or landscape mode. Camera control can be used to take a photo with 2 quick clicks, but there are many more capabilities, as in single click, click and hold, light press, double light press, and a swipe feature. Now the swipe feature is good for exposure, zoom, and depth of field. Audio Fix is my favorite feature on this new phone. Audio Mix is a video feature that takes advantage of spatial audio capture. You can use it to adjust the way that voices sound in videos, and there are 3 different options: in-frame, studio, and cinematic. Now for the in-frame setting, it only captures the voices of people on camera, even if people off camera are talking. Check this out.
My father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, "Son, when you grow up, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. Would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned?"
Now for the studio setting, it makes voices sound like the recording was done in a professional studio with sound dampening walls. A recording will sound like the mic was close to the subject's mouth. Now lastly, for cinematic, it captures all voices and consolidates them in front of the screen, which is how sound is formatted for movies. The iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max offer 4K video recording at 24, 25, 30, and 120 frames per second. HDR. HDR recording, ProRes video, cinematic mode, action mode, slow-mo video, and time-lapse are all supported. Basically all the same, but the new one being at 4K at 120 frames per second. It is available in video mode or slow-mo. Now, playback speed can be adjusted after capturing iOS 18, so you can film at 120 FPS, then drop it down to 24 frames per second. Apple has added a new wind noise reduction feature to cut down on wind sounds when recording video. And well, it also works for phone calls. As for battery life, oh my god, yes! Battery life with up to 33 hours of video playback, 29 hours streaming video, and 105 hours audio. Up to 6% compared to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I noticed it. I did notice it. It's all constantly dying like Brun's phone over here.
Liar. Let me see.
What today? I'm guessing at 35.
88?
That's surprising. Wow, he surprised me today. Wow.
I just put it to charge.
Wow.
Like,
You never charge it.
I don't charge it. That's why it doesn't have battery. It doesn't mean that my phone runs out of battery.
It still dies when we go out.
Because I don't charge it beforehand.
No. Whatever.
Why don't you understand? What is so hard to understand? What?
This is a down me ever.
Because you're always charging it.
By the way, we'll be giving away this ROG Ally right here in the coming weeks. We'll also throw in a purple mod case so we can match, even with our nameplates with the 2-bit tech. You don't have to put it on, but you can have it either way. So subscribe and join our Discord because we'll be posting updates and details on how to enter there and in a future video.
Would I recommend the upgrade? I would say no to that. Why, you may ask? Now I know I'm going to kick the hornet's nest with this one, but it's basically the same thing as last year's iPhone from what I've noticed. Although with improved features that do sound like Apple AI, live color grading, audio mixing, and the side button. But if you're not going to use and abuse these features, then don't get the upgrade. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to read them. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. See ya.